know, we're lucky folks, we Americans, to have such a beautiful, bountiful land to live in. Plenty of room in a crowded world. Plenty to eat. Storied kings and knights of old had far less of the good things of life than we have. And we're free. We govern ourselves. We worship as we please. We work where we please. And share fully in what we produce. We come and go as we please. No iron curtains here. 20 million Americans take to the road every year to enjoy what belongs to us all, the beauty, the majesty of America. We take these things for granted. Haven't we the greatest productive power on earth? Like in our farms, our industrial plant, and equipment, and skilled manpower? Yes. We have the most and the best, and the know-how to better them. But these things we take for granted, too. We know that in our people lies the chief source of our strength, their industry, thrift, independence, faith in our future. Now let's take a look at a sample of America, a bird's eye view to begin with, for this is a time to take stock of ourselves. Up the winding Rio Grande from El Paso, in a region that for 300 years was under the flags of Spain and Mexico, is the Mesilla Valley, transformed by American enterprise from desert to a garden spot, producing premium cotton, truck crops, pecans, and other irrigated farm products in profusion. The trade center of this area is Las Cruces, New Mexico, population 12,000 and growing. At the crossing of the Rio Grande, where 3 times the fierce Apache Indians massacred Spanish missionaries and soldiers, still stand 3 crosses in their memory. Here in 1849 was founded the little place of the crosses. In the old days, the chief town was La Mesilla. Here in 1854 was signed the Gadsden Purchase, and now Mesilla sleeps like an old man in the sun. Little changed since the days when Billy the Kid strutted these streets to his sudden end. At the modern city of Las Cruces, the Old West meets the New West. The new county courthouse in Pueblo style is the home of American justice. Now, the public library might not look like yours, but its books can tell the people the truth all the time. The Chamber of Commerce is as progressive as any in the land. And the Americans who live and work here are very much like Main Street folks everywhere, proud and glad to be Americans. In Las Cruces, as in every American community, good citizens are banded together in civic, service, fraternal, women's, and veteran societies. 40, 50 million strong. To one of these groups, the Lions Club of Las Cruces, accountant Frank Adams not long ago read a letter from its national bond chairman. The letter urged the club to get all its employer members to make the payroll savings plan available to their employees as an important step in national defense. It suggested that they join forces with other clubs under the local bond chairman with the advice and aid of the state director. If organizations like ours, Frank Adams said, do this all over the nation, it will encourage thrift, it'll help hold down inflation, and strengthen our economy against the strains of our defense program. If you employers will install this easy, automatic plan for buying defense bonds on partial payments, it'll help our country, our community, and ourselves. The club voted to sponsor the project. 16 employer members told Frank to send their names to the Treasury for free materials to install the plan. When the 16 cards filled out in one man's hand came in one morning's mail, the Treasury was interested. It found the spark had spread, so that 15 clubs were planning to put on a citywide campaign. The Committee of 15 met with County Bond Chairman Jess Weir, and Secretary Clint Smith offered the Chamber of Commerce as headquarters and the use of its list of employers. Women volunteers checked the lists and filled out cards for the solicitors. First, the 15 bond chairmen signed up their fellow members. And since half the employees in town belonged to one or more of these groups, the job was then half done. Volunteers divided up the remaining cars and canvassed other employers in their own lines of business or profession. So, John Vanoy, auto sales and service, got Pablo Ledesma to install the plan. Pablo promptly signed up his son to start payroll savings. Mayor Samuel Klein signed the employers in his furniture store, including Marcelo Morales, Tewa Indian, whose ancestors came to this valley in 1682. Life insurance underwriters all over the country today are selling the plan to industrial and business firms. Pat Campbell, Jr. also signed up professional men like Dr. Paul Jones. When Weldon Bomar asked Avon Fielder to go on the plan, Avon wanted to know, what's this going to cost me? Nothing, said the boss. The bonds you buy on payroll saving are part of your take-home pay that grows. All the while you hold on to your bonds. Being an important highway junction, Las Cruces has a good many restaurants. James Carroll, who runs the Tortugas Trading Post, explained the plan to waitress Rose Flores. Flores, of course, means flowers in Spanish, and this is a rose of New Mexico. Prosperous farmers mean a prosperous Main Street. Farmer J.K. Candler signed up with banker Stanley Alka. And so in a month's time, by working together and dividing the work, the bond volunteers brought the number of payroll plans in Las Cruces up from only 4 to 238, over 93% of all the employed town. And for this remarkable achievement, the Treasury awarded Las Cruces the honor of being the first defense bond flag city in the nation. And when the flag was presented, they really went to town. 10,000 people from all around lined Main Street. The band came down from Holloman Air Base. The Armed Forces from White Sands. The schools turned out. School saving teaches young America to be thrifty. The 15 organizations of men and women that had done the job are all represented. Here comes the sheriff's posse, but instead of the blazing 6 guns of the old frontier, Las Cruces is keenly interested in new weapons to stop outlaw nations from shooting up the free world. For in the desert just across the Organ Mountains is the proving ground where the Army and the Navy test guided missiles. The Navy's Viking is about to set a new record for a single-stage rocket. Soaring 135 miles up from the Earth in guided flight. It will land 40 miles away, but it could go a lot farther. Peace is for the strong. On this Main Street, the defense of America is something really close to home. But so it is in every city street and country road. For every community has sons and daughters in our armed forces.
Private First Class John W. Passon, Borger, Texas. Sergeant First Class John T. Faircloth, Jacksonville, Florida. Corporal Axel Williamson, Inglewood, California. Chief Hospitalman Benjamin R. Quiros, El Paso, Texas. Sergeant Arnold Crouch, Cincinnati. Sergeant Robert Goodwin, Philadelphia.
Home of the Liberty Bell. There's a cross-section of America for you. After the parade, all faiths and all ages joined in reverent dedication of the Flag City Award to the sons and daughters of Las Cruces in the armed services. New Mexico's Governor Meacham congratulated his hometown on its patriotic achievement and good sense in making it possible for nearly every employed person in the city to take advantage of the payroll savings plan. Each of the 15 organizations whose teamwork made this possible received a citation from the Treasury. The governor and the mayor helped the son of a combat pilot then in Korea to hoist the nation's first defense bond flag. From Vineland, New Jersey on the east